Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spiritual Hub. It's your girl coming to you live with the message of what you need to know today. So, you guys, as you can see from the title, we are going ahead and getting into the universal laws. And of course, there are more universal laws than just the 12 that we'll be discussing here today. But, I mean, there's plenty of time, and we'll get to that eventually, okay? So today, let's go ahead and get into these 12 laws, 12 universal laws. So the first universal law, which I find interesting for the fact that it's the first one, and it's also divine oneness. To me, divine oneness has to do with everything being connected, okay? Everything from you to me to the molecules that make up and the atoms that make up and the ions, protons, neutrons, and electrons that make up Earth. Those same atoms and those same molecules is what makes us, okay? Because we are energy, because we are vibration, you know? And that within itself was enlightening, right? Like, when I first found that out, I was like, so you mean to tell me? And then, like, you know, as you hear, when you hear it, it immediately resonates. But then it's like, you're going to be like, no, well, now hold on. You mean to tell me it's all that deep? It's that deep, and then it's deeper at its simplest form on this show. Okay, because, yeah, we talk about the deep in depth, like the other part of the ocean that ain't even been discovered yet. But we talk about it so simple, you know, because that's how my mind understands. My mind understands logistically, factually, spiritually, energetically, frequency-based is how my mind understands things. And it's like different at each time. So you have to really understand that in order for us to be energy, frequency, mineral, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, that's at least 7 different things that have to be aligned, right? On top of our 7 chakras, these are the things that have to be aligned in order for us to be in one with us. You know, let alone being one with the universe. But how that is synonymous is we have 7 chakras. The earth has 7 chakras. Yes, it does. Okay? Yes, Mount Sinai is one of them. I'm not going to read them all to you. Do your research, okay? Or you can watch some of my videos because I've already discussed this with you guys. I'm just going to be doing refresher courses for those of you who are new, or for those of you who, like myself, like to, you know, deepen the knowledge. So first we learn it the first time, then through that period of time until the next video, you're learning and you know, trying and integrating a whole lot of new things. So you go back to what you learned originally and revamp and relearn and apply and integrate that. Divine oneness, okay? So the second one is vibration, and everything is frequency. Okay, so what's a frequency? That's an interesting question, you guys. So a frequency is like a wavelength, okay? If everything is vibration, okay? What is vibration? So when you think of vibration, right? It's moving. It's changing. You know what I mean? It's constantly shifting from a positive to a negative to a neutral. Like that right there is vibration. Okay? We are vibration. Think about it. We are circulation. Okay? Circulation, that's your blood pumping. While your blood's pumping, right? That creates a pulse. That pulse has rhythm. And in order to have a rhythm, you have to be on a certain vibration. Okay? So that within itself explains our vibration to a degree. Now, everything has vibration. The laws of physics says that everything is moving. Everything is moving. Everything is changing. So, for example, one day there was a tomato. Okay? That tomato, the first tomato that was ever put on this earth, nobody knew what it was. Okay? But this first tomato that was put on earth, right? How did that tomato look? It probably don't look anything like the tomato that we have today. Broccoli wasn't even a thing. There's probably nothing that looks the same as that tomato from those days. Okay? Why? Because things are constantly evolving and changing and growing and, transitioning, transformation. So, nowadays when you think of a tomato, right? You might think of a red tomato, an onion, a yellow potato, a tomato, a green tomato. You might think of you might think of ketchup. You might think of picante. You might think of diced tomato, you pureed, concentrated tomato. You might think of all of these different things about a tomato. But there was one time when the tomato was just the tomato. We are the tomato. Okay, through time, through evolution, through experience, through growth, okay, we turn ourselves from this tomato to paste, to different colored tomatoes, to different ketchups, to, you know what I mean? Like, we have variety, okay, and those are all vibrations, okay? Hey, also, number 3 is attraction, right? Hold on. What it is like. Okay, so attraction. You do not attract, right, what you want. Okay? So the positive side of the magnet does not attract the positive side of the magnet. It's not like, hey, I'm so positive. You know what I mean? I'm so positive. And then while you're being on that positive, if somebody puts another positive part of a magnet or battery together, I said or a battery. Or a battery, because let's be honest, even batteries have to align a certain way, right? With the top thing, with the bottom thing. Okay, so same difference. So if you have a positive magnet over here and you got a positive magnet over there, they can come together to a degree. But they will never have fusion. They will never have that balance. They will never touch, right? Because you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Okay, so you are positive. So in order for you to make in order for there to be a change, for you to transmute, there has to be either a neutral or a negative. Okay, so if you're positive side, you're going to need a negative side to make a neutral. Okay, and it's only to a degree. I'm not saying if you woke up feeling good, you're going to have somebody in a shitty mood to make a neutral day. No, I'm saying that if you're positive, then you're going to attract people who are lower vibrational, because that is what balances you. It helps them to be more positive and helps you to ground yourself. That makes that neutral area, okay? That is what attraction is. That is what attraction is. Okay, number 4, correspondence. As above, so below. So within, so outward, okay? So the correspondence of that is, most gurus, Buddha, most, religious factors, most religious or spiritual icons, okay, are known from telling you internally, right? Everything you need is within. All your answers are from within. What they mean by that is divine oneness, right? Because we already understand that we're all connected, okay? So whenever you are aligned internally, okay, you are at one, okay? Internally, you are balanced and aligned. So because you are balanced and aligned, your outward existence is going to be balanced and aligned as well. Now, as you add multiple energies, of course, the energy will shift, but your energy should remain that same energy. Okay? So that's the law of correspondence. And whatever, it's just like math. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other, right? So as above, so below, right? Northeast, southwest. There's like all different angles that you could, but there's always another angle because you need a positive, negative, neutral, right? So that is what we're talking about. Then we have number 5, which is action, So during manifestation, as you guys know, you can manifest. We manifest naturally, okay? Because if we didn't, then there would be death, okay? But we do manifest, and we manifest things at a rapid rate, okay? Because we're not just manifesting things. We're a part of Earth's manifestation, okay? So we're not even our own manifestation. We wasn't like, oh, let me go ahead and just birth myself. Like, that's not how it happened. Universe, God, source, all came together. Positive, negative is neutral, and thus we came, okay? With the understanding of science and religion and spirituality and metaphysics all into one, okay? So in order for us to manifest, we have to understand that we're already manifesting, okay? So then you must understand you can consciously focus on what to manifest. And how you manifest that is by putting yourself in the vibration of it is already, or as it is already. It is what it already is, right? So if you want to become a millionaire, what are you going to change you? Are you going to literally become a different individual? Are you? No, you're not. You're already who you're going to be. Period. You're already who you're going to be. You already are you, who is going to be you in the future. Okay? So understand, you're not manifesting a whole new individual. You're manifesting a whole new mind frame. You're manifesting a whole new experience. You know what I mean? But you're not manifesting a whole new you, because that's impossible. What's created cannot be destroyed. Okay? It cannot be created nor destroyed. We cannot go create ourselves if we're already created. And we cannot destroy ourselves, for we are already ourselves. You know what I mean? Even spiritually and metaphysically, it's still so. And that's how manifestation works, is we have to consciously put our intentions, our emotions, and our feelings together in alignment with ourselves in the future, past, and present alignment to make what you want to manifest quicker. You know what I mean? And that's a universal law as well. Thank you, you guys. I'm really trying to, really give you guys the best explanations that I possibly can, because I know that there's so much information out there in the ethers. There's so much information out there on the Google, on the YouTube, and all of that. And, this is the best way that I could find to help you guys cut through that, to be able to really decipher what's real and what's not by taking it to its simplest form. You know what I mean? For me, my simplest form, because for some people, y'all just got it like that and y'all can do that. But for me, I have to break it down to understand it in the, I was like, it's just like if your kid comes up and they're freaking out and you're like, whoa, Like, what happened? Like, okay, well, then what they say, then what you say, then what happened, then how, who do you got. Exactly. You got to break it down to its simplest to really understand it, right? Okay, so number 6. God is good. God is great all the time and all the time. He is working miracles for you too. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I do appreciate the encouragement. I definitely do. Thank you. Yes. So number 6 is cause and effect. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. Okay, so this is like the magnet thing that we were talking about earlier. Okay? Only this is a Newton's law, right? So if a thing in motion stays in motion, right? So a thing that's vibrating stays vibrating, which is us. We vibrate. We stay vibrating, okay? Whether it's low, minuscule, magnified, we're vibrating. Okay. So if every action has an opposite and equal reaction, think of it this way. Every thought that you have, right? Every thought, from the positive thought, the negative thought, and the neutral thoughts that you have, create a positive and a negative and a positive and negative and neutral energy into the world to create the portal in which you'll step into and call that your future. Okay? Even though once you step into it, it's your present. Whoa. Yeah. So, so if you were having a negative thought, this is why you can think something negative and a positive things happen, okay? Because say you have a negative thought. Okay, well, you had a negative thought. So because you had the negative thought, you made a positive action. That positive action that you took made the situation neutral. Okay? But then let's say you remembered that. So the next day you make a positive thought. Well, that positive thought, right, might have triggered a negative action because you were like, okay, well, maybe I could just be negative. So you went negative and then, you went positive and then you did something negative. It made a neutral. Or you could have stayed, either one, and that's the best explanation for cause and effect. Number 7, compensation. We are rewarded for service. Right? That's the law of karma. Okay, that's what karma is, which is really cause and effect. Okay? Right, because compensation is understanding that even by you sending these hearts and these emojis, right? You are sending me love and support and the things that I need as a person giving as well to have that reciprocity. So that positive that you're doing is appreciated, and we together are creating a more positive to the negatives and neutrals out there. You know what I mean? So it's such a beautiful thing. And we're rewarded. So let's say you go out there and you see a homeless person and you're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and give this person a little bit of change. I love you too. You're like, let me get this person, you might only got 3 pennies. Okay, the Good Samaritan. You give that person 3 pennies. Like, hey, maybe you had exactly 97 cents, but that soda was $1. Well, I got 3 cents. Like, you know what I mean? That 3 cents that you had might have saved that person's whole life. So then you not only did the good of giving somebody 3 cents, but because they really needed that, you saved the person's life. And you didn't even know it. That's what that 3 cents was a lifesaver. That's what kind of good karma you guys be getting all the time without even knowing the situations. Okay? And you get greatly compensated for those things. So whenever you do something out the kindness and of your heart and are being a cheerful giver, giving in the ways that you can, how you can, when you can, where you can, the universe sees that you're giving, so the universe gives back. The universe is like, oh, you're opening, I'm opening. Yes, because the more you trust the universe, the more that you have faith on the universe, the more you lean on the universe, the more you depend on the universe, it's interdependent. the universe supplies back because it understands that you are one, and you, in that moment of faith, of trust, of belief, understand that you're one. So there truly is an amazing balance there, you guys. Number 8, transmutation. Okay, so transmutation, this is like alchemy, you guys. Okay, so transmutation is, thank you so much for the love. Transmutation is, for example, okay, let's say you woke up and you were like, man, I'm not really trying to go to work. You know, I'm really kind of upset. You go to work, right? You took the action. So you went to work and you turned your negative attitude positive. And then you meet somebody else who's like, man, I didn't even want to come in today. And you're like, hey, I didn't either. But look at us, you know, sitting here having a good time. You helped turn their negative to a positive. But you were neutral about it. You know what I mean? You were neutral because you knew you didn't want to, but you did it. So it was neutral. So you helped somebody else hit a neutral and y'all harmonized. That's the beauty of transmutation. You can turn a situation from a negative to a positive to a negative, a neutral to a positive, a neutral to a negative. A lot of different ways you can do that. So number 9 is relativity. It's all relative. So there's truth in everything, right? Which is what complicates a lot of things, because people have, you know, shifted perspective, right? Because everything that you could ever need to know is on the internet. Everything that you could ever need to know is on the internet. But you've got to know, what do I search to find what I need to find from that information on the internet? You know what I'm saying? It's the same with yourself. It's the same with anything. You already have the information there. You just have to make that information relevant enough to pull from that energy and manifest intentionally based. Okay? Which brings us to number 10, polarity. They say there's 2 sides to everything. We've understood that there's at least 3, right? Positive, negative, and neutral. But there's 2 sides to everything. Magnets and batteries. Okay, that's what we mean. You need a negative and a positive. Regardless of the situation, you need a negative and a positive for it to even be a thing. Okay, and so that polarity is, you know, male, female. That's the only way. The only way to move forward is if the yin and the yang, right? If the yin and the yang come together and they make the yin yang, the balance, okay? Then you've got the sun and the moon. They make the balance. The water and the air, the fire and the earth, they make the balance. You know what I mean? The mental and the physical, the emotional and the spiritual, the metaphysical. It all makes the balance. Okay? So number 11. That was like 17. So number 11 is rhythm. Nothing is permanent, right? Which we know, because if we take it all the way back to divine oneness, if you have a grape, right? The first grape that was ever made in the world, that grape was as grapiest as it was ever going to be. Because then evolution happened. Time happened. Now there's wine. Now there's grape juice. Now there's grape. Now there's jelly. You know, now there's seedless grapes. Like, you know, through evolution, that one singular grape has made so many transitions and transformations that you wouldn't even know that that was the same grape or from the same family. And that's what we are. We're that same expression. We're that same grape. Okay? And then you have gender. I know this is a touchy one, you guys. Okay? The last one. 12. Manifesting requires a balance of energy. Okay? Which is understanding that yin and that yang energy. So at the time of you manifesting what you want, you manifest it by understanding that it already is. You manifest by needing nothing. You manifest by wanting nothing. How do you do that? Because you appreciate everything. By appreciating everything, you can create the need for nothing. Okay? By appreciating nothing, you wouldn't have everything to, you know what I mean? So it's the same appreciation as the positive, the negative, and the neutral. Everything is changing. It's all oneness. So all 12 laws can be reverted back to the first one, but we need those breakdowns to understand, okay? So you guys, that has been the portion of the 12 universal laws. Thank you guys so much for watching, for supporting, for sharing this to groups and to friends and through Messenger. Yeah, you guys, please book y'all sessions. I am fully open to scheduling. Please go to www.spiritualhubbreakthrough.com and go ahead and sign up for email confirmations. Email me, inbox, look at the services, the prices, the volunteer things that we are doing together, the classes you guys can get for free from promotions, and also, you know, just different things, chances to work together. Also, if you guys have businesses and you would like to work together, I'm totally with that. Okay, so if you want to trade a service for a service, say you do readings and I do readings, but you want one of me too, then we'll exchange. Let's say you want a reading and I do counseling, or I want a reading, you do counseling, or vice versa. We could do it that way, or hey, I'm trying to promote my business. I'll promote your business if you promote my business. You can come on my show and I'll come on yours. You know what I mean? Reciprocity, I'm here for all that. Okay, so if you need anything, you want to chit chat, you want a prayer, you want to understand this, you want to join into our network, you want to be a part of the Breakthrough crew, you want to anything, let me know. I'm here for you guys. Okay, and I know that you guys are here for me too, and thank you so much. So God bless you. Stay blessed and never stressed. Much peace, much power, and much love.